Hello guys, welcome.
Fresh to home.
Totally fresh.
So, good evening. We are going to do more gate practice questions. Today's questions are on genres. And we'll also do WB set, G set quiz on Canadian literature. Ta-da-dang! So, Happy New Year! Have a wonderful year full of questions and videos. How are you all guys? Ready for quizzes? I am fine, beautiful people. I have been working hard, enjoying. Okay, gate quizzes. All the questions are very good. Listen very carefully and tell me the answers. Genres. Identify the two novels which capture the essence of character growth, maturity, understanding about the world around the protagonist. Which two novels here talk about character growth, maturity, understanding about the world? Follow, guys. In other words, which two of these novels are Bildungsroman? तो बोलो Bildungsroman कौन सा है? To Kill a Mockingbird. I am starting offline classes at TESS from March. To Kill a Mockingbird and Great Expectations. These are the C and D नहीं है. Character growth, maturity, maturation, understanding about the world. These are all features of Bildungsroman. समझ रहे हो? Bildungsroman. Got it, guys? To Kill a Mockingbird is, you can't miss it out. To Kill a Mockingbird is about growth. It is a Bildungsroman. I hope you understood. Identify the novel which does not depict the adventures of a roguish but appealing hero, usually of lower class, who lives by his wits in a corrupt society. Which is the novel which does not depict a picaro? Definitely Joseph Andrews is Picaro's novel. Adventures of Augie March is Picaro's novel. Adventures of Peregrine Pickle also Picaro's novel. This one you haven't heard probably. Mark it, that is the answer. Mark it, this is the answer. This is Picaresque novel. Did you like it? This is how sometimes they ask. Which writer or writers among the following is or are best known for extra literary interests in portraying well-known real people? Which of these writers depicted real people in more or less thinly disguised fictional form? Definitely George Orwell. One more writer bolo. Definitely George Orwell. Hello everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year. Love you all. Please like the video. Abhi bolo. Bolo. John Banville also. What is this? This is Roman a clef. Roman a clef. Roman a clef means novel with a key. Definitely George Orwell. D also. But best known for extra literary interest is not correct. She is not best known for it. In her one novel, she has done it. Did you understand? If you read the question carefully, she is best known for extra literary interest of portraying well-known real people. No. Sylvia Plath ऐसा नहीं है. Well-known real people को नहीं represent किया ना. ठीक है. Which one among the following does not represent the real world as having an undercurrent of magic or fantasy? Real world represented with an undercurrent of magic or fantasy क्या होता है? Magic realism. Bolo, definitely 100 Years of Solitude. Definitely Kafka on the Shore. Satanic verses also, because Salman Rushdie. Agony and the Ecstasy, probably you don't know. Doesn't matter, that is the answer. Alright. Which protagonist among the following is not pulling on a small thread which unravels a vast conspiracy that ultimately goes all the way to the top? You don't know probably about 39 Steps, Ministry of Fear or Crying of Lord 49. But you definitely should know Brave New World. Brave New World is not about a conspiracy. It is not a conspiracy novel. It is D. Read these also. These other novels also. Please read about them. Bernard Marx in Brave New World is going to spend a vacation against the rules with a woman, Lenina. This is happening in a dystopian society. It is not about a conspiracy that goes all the way to the top. That is wrong. Who among the following is excluded from writing type of fiction that often defies common sense and creates an entirely new world through the manipulation of language? Fantasy. Probably you don't know Edward Gorey or Carl Sandburg. Lewis Carroll did that. Definitely you should know Leo Tolstoy did not do that. Leo Tolstoy did not do that. Did you understand? Now, the following writers employ dark and picaresque scenery, startling melodramatic narrative devices, and an overall atmosphere of exoticism, mystery, fear, and dread. Except one writer. Except one writer. It is William Makepeace Thackeray. William Makepeace Thackeray. He did not write Gothic fiction. William Makepeace Thackeray. Did you understand? This is the style in which some gate questions are asked. They will, instead of saying the word or the concept or the term, they will explain it. Did you get me? Dark, picaresque scenery, startling melodramatic narrative devices, overall atmosphere of exoticism, all this is Gothic fiction. This is a subgenre of crime fiction in which sex and violence occur off stage. The detective is an amateur sleuth and crime detection takes place in a small, socially intimate community. Which of these? This is usually women's detective. Women detectives are there. Which of these is not a woman a writer employing women detectives. This is M.C. Beaton. M.C. Beaton. I'm just giving you experience of such kind of questions. Read extra about all this. Which two of the novels, of the following novels, typically deal with imaginative and futuristic concepts related to science and technology, space exploration, time travel, parallel universes? You know these two. Which of these novels deal with all this? It is Ray Bradbury's Martian Chronicles as well as Canopus in Argos by Doris Lessing. Agatha Christie है ना, female detective, Miss Maple. Miss Maple is a female detective in Agatha Christie. Martian Chronicles and Canopus in Argos. Now, the protagonists are usually children or teens who have unique abilities, gifts, possessions, or even allies that allow them to face powerful adversaries. Choose the odd one out. Rudyard Kipling's Puck of Pook's Hill is like that. Hobbit is like that. Chronicles of Narnia. W.S. Gilbert's Robert the Devil is different. Read extra, I am telling you. Read extra. Which one among the following romance stories focuses on romantic love and includes the element of time travel? Time travel. It is Jude Devereux's A Knight in Shining Armor. Please read about all these writers. Thank you, Shweta. Guys, all of you, are you listening? Are you watching 6 p.m. course? Please like the video, guys. Will you like the video, everybody? Yes. Don't worry, I am just giving you the opportunity to read extra, okay? Which work among the following does not emphasize its own constructedness in a way that continually reminds the audience? Constructedness is metafiction. Metafiction. Which work among the following does not emphasize its own constructedness in a way that continually reminds the audience to be aware that they are reading or viewing a fictional work? Easier. This is easy. Thank you, guys. Ayo, Aarti Garg. You didn't know. Every day at 6 p.m. I have started. It is my YouTube gift. It's a complete course. I am doing short videos on all the areas and topics. Every day at 6 p.m. Please watch it, everybody. Of course, free. I will teach everything there. मेरे साथ साथ आप लोग भी extra read करना, because your research extra reading, if it goes along with the classes, it will be amazing. Next, identify the story in which one or more historical events occur and are resolved differently than in real life. Historical events occur, but it took a different turn. It is not Peter Pan, it is not Gravity's Rainbow, it is not Trial. These three you should know. You don't know this, and that is the answer. Okay. Thank you, guys. These characters or detectives are set in a time period considered historical from the author's perspective. Thank you, Joy. It is because it's a good camera, and I think I put a little makeup because of the lighting. These characters or detectives are set in a time period considered historical from the author's perspective. The central plot involving a mystery Tell me. This is easy. You all know him. It is Father Brown by G.K. Chesterton. Father Brown. Father Brown. Please take the PDF and study, okay? Identify those writers whose stories are written intentionally to be filled with references from other works and media. Intertextuality. Which of these writers used intertextuality a lot? Popular culture references. It is definitely not Joseph Furphy. Joseph Furphy is an early writer. He is the father of Australian novel, Joseph Furphy. Guys, you please share my videos with your friends also. Even though everybody likes the videos, I am not getting good viewers. Why? I don't know. I'm taking so much effort. All of you are there. That is amazing. I love it. But I'm wondering why other people don't watch. It's okay, na? You are all more than enough for me. But I'm just wondering, what is wrong? Anyway, you're all regular. You're all really learning. This time, in this year, I know I am changing at least 1,000 people's lives, which is wonderful. Next question. Identify the novel. Identity नहीं identify करूंगी मैं. Sorry. Identity बन गया सब. Identify the novel which is not characterized by attacking mental attitudes rather than specific individuals. What kind of satire is that? The question means, which of the following novels is not a Menippean satire? That is the meaning of this question. Rahila, yes, I will do that. Bolo na. Which of the following is not a Menippean satire? What is Menippean satire? It attacks mental attitudes rather than specific individuals. I know. Thank you, guys. You are a great inspiration for me. You know what? I am more inspired by you all than you are inspired by me. Are bolo. Which of the following is not a Menippean satire? It is London. It is a Juvenalian satire. Everybody knows. Sahi hai, Papri Mitra. Thank you for saying that. कुछ लोगों को मिलता है, कई लोगों को मिलता है lakhs of views in a few days. मुझे 1-2 हज़ार ही मिलता है. क्यों? मैं तो इतना काम करती हूँ. No problem. Which one among the following is not typically instructional or exploratory rather than descriptive, and it engages specifically with the theoretical ideas which underlie and shape typical responses to religion? Listen. Which of these is not a religious allegory? It is not typically instructional. It's not pedagogical. Which of these is not a typical religious text? Bolo. Menippean satire, Geojoy, attacks attitudes, not people. Juvenalian satire attacks people. Bolona. Which of these is not a typical religious work? It is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It is not didactic, instructional religious text. It is spiritual, that's all. It is not typical response to religion. Did you understand? Which among the following works is to communicate information about newly discovered lands or those little known to the reader? Which of these is about newly discovered lands. Definitely T.S. Eliot's Bitter Lemons is T.S. Eliot's Elder Statesman is not correct. Oscar Wilde's Importance of Being Earnest also no. Is it Paul Rudnick's Regrets or Lawrence Durrell, very important writer? Always. Because Fyodor Dostoevsky is about Christianity. But Paulo Coelho is not about Christianity. As such, it is about spirituality. That is true, Akanksha. God is really helping me. And I know it is because of all your blessings. I know it. Everything is good that is happening to me. I know it's because of your prayers and blessings. Thank you so much. Lawrence Durrell, please, yaad rakhna, important. Oh, Unacademy tells you should use this code and join January 1 to 3. Aaj, join Corona. You will get all the videos and everything now. Join Karo, please. Subscribe because it is worth it. Now, which among the following doesn't attempt to depict the multitudinous thoughts and feelings which pass through the mind of a narrator? What is that? It is stream of consciousness. Which among the following is not written in stream of consciousness? Easy, Hannah. It is an easy one. It is, of course, The Old Wives' Tale by Arnold Bennett. Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, Mrs. Dalloway, Sound and the Fury, correct. A non-fiction narrative based on the author's personal memories. Non-fiction narrative based on personal memory. What is it? It is memoir. Assertions made in the work are factual. Which is the odd one out? Which of the following is not a memoir? This is also easy. Which of the following is not a memoir? It is of course Michael Cunningham's Hours. Michael Cunningham's Hours is based on Mrs. Dalloway. It is not a memoir. Did you understand? So I have given you a lot of extra information. Read it. Okay. Canadian literature, first mixed questions. Ready, guys? Who is the narrator in the novel Lady Oracle by Margaret Atwood? Very important. Who is the narrator in the novel Lady Oracle? She is a writer of Gothic romances. She pretends to be dead. She fakes her own death. It is Joan Foster. Joan Foster. Who among the following is not a which among the following is not a part of the dystopian trilogy by Margaret Atwood? Bolo na. Which among the following is not a part of the dystopian trilogy? Oryx and Crake, The Year of the Flood, Mad Adam. Correct. Robber Bride is not part of the trilogy. Yes, Ankita, all the authors I've mentioned are actually important. Margaret Atwood, very important. Which two Canadian writers co-authored the book No Longer Two People? This one is not that important, don't worry. No Longer Two People, co-authored by Lorna Crozier and Patrick Lane. Okay? Now, who is the author of Jalna? A series of 16 novels spanning 19th to 20th century. It is Mazo de la Roche. Remember, I am just giving you extra new information. Which among the following is not a part of the broken record technique? That is important. Lee Henderson, you should know. Broken record technique is a collection of short stories. Lee Henderson wrote Broken Record Technique. Identify the debut novel by Pasha Mala. I am just giving you an extra detail. It is People Park. People Park. Patrick Dewitt's novel French Exit is set in dash. Patrick Dewitt. New York City and Paris. Next writer you should know in detail, Alice Monroe. Many of Alice Monroe's stories are set where? In Huron County, Huron country. Check, Google search करो एक बार, ठीक है? Then, which of the following novels follows the love of 4 generations of the Clark's family? Then, which is the second novel of Beatrice Culleton? Important, Beatrice Culleton. First novel is April Rain Tree. Which is the second novel? In a Shadow of Evil. In a Shadow of Evil. Next question. Identify the author of the work slash. Very important. Author of the work slash. Wait guys. Huron County it is. I didn't notice the spelling. Identify the author of the work slash. Who is the author of the work slash? It is Janet Armstrong. That is right. Janet Armstrong. Native Canadian writer. Hannah. First Nations. Thomas King, important writer, very important. Janet Armstrong, important. Truth and Bright Water is a dash by Thomas King. Set in the Canadian prairies. Truth and Bright Water is a dash by Thomas King. It is a Bildungsroman. Will you remember guys? Truth and Bright Water. Another very important Canadian writer is coming up. Running in the Family is a fictionalized memoir written in postmodern style. Who wrote it, Bolo? Running in the Family, fictionalized memoir of Michael Ondaatje. Michael Ondaatje. The Blue Mountains of China by Rudy Weeb is a sweeping saga of 2 generations of which families? Mennonite. Mennonite is the tribe to which, is the community to which Rudy Weeb belonged. Mennonite. Do you know which among the following is not part of the trilogy of Robert Crouch? But we are exiles. The Words of My Roaring, The Stud Horseman, Gone Indian. This is the trilogy. Unacademy is giving an amazing offer, 22% off. I hope you will join right away because paper 1, paper 2 सब cover हो जाएगा. Canadian fiction. Ready, guys? Choose the correct chronology of works by Margaret Atwood. Surfacing, Elias Gray's Handmaid's Tale, Cat's Eye. Surfacing, then Handmaid's Tale, Cat's Eye, later it is Elias Gray's. Surfacing, Handmaid's Tale, Cat's Eye, then later it is Elias Gray's. Which of the following works is a sequel to Handmaid's Tale? Bolo. Very important. Booker Prize winner. Sequel to Handmaid's Tale, The Testaments. The Testaments. Who is the fictional protagonist of Atwood's Cat's Eye, where the protagonist reflects on her childhood teenage years? In Cat's Eye, who is the fictional protagonist? What does she work as? Elaine Risley, that is her name. She is a painter. Elaine Risley, painter she is. Which of the following is a short fiction collection by Atwood, where the author explores the sinister side of classical myths? The author explores the sinister side of classical myths. Short fiction collection. Here she has written the short story Gertrude Talks Back. Gertrude Talks Back. All B, C, D are novels. It is Good Bones. Good Bones. Very good. Which of the following is not a work by Thomas King? You know that one. One of these is by Margaret Atwood. It is Oryx and Crake. Margaret Atwood wala. What is the profession of the protagonist in Thomas King's The Back of the Turtle? Do you have any idea? Oh, he's a scientist. The Back of the Turtle. It's about a scientist. Who of the following wrote Sunshine Sketches of a Little Town and My Financial Career? Sunshine Sketches of a Little Town, about the fictional Mariposa. It is the humorist Stephen Leacock. Stephen Leacock, important Canadian writer. Then, who is the author of the famous series of novels with Anne Shirley as the protagonist? Anne Shirley is the protagonist in Anne of the Green Gables. Lucy Maud Montgomery. Anne of the Green Gables. Hannah? Which is the fictional Canadian town used by Margaret Lawrence in many of her novels? Which is the Canadian town? Vanavaka, Manavaka, Vanamaka, Manamaka. It is the second one, Manavaka. Second one. Which novel by Margaret Lawrence tells the story of Hagar Shipley, 90-year-old woman? Bolo. Hagar Shipley in The Stone Angel. The Stone Angel. Which of the following is not a work by Michael Ondaatje? You know, guys, Shweta is asking, did sir set options? You know, guys, the next batch when I start, I am going to do amazingly new material in completely new ways. Next batch when I start, I will add so much material and I'll make it interesting. I'll make you remember. I have big plans. Bolo na, which of the work is not by Michael Ondaatje? अयो in the skin of a tiger तो नहीं है ना माइकल ओंडाचे का. It is in the skin of a lion. नहीं. Which is the first poetry collection by Michael Ondaatje? Did you know that? नहीं तो Divisadero is a novel by Michael Ondaatje. Divisadero is by Michael Ondaatje. ज़्यादा फीस भी नहीं होगा, don't worry. Next batch. This year is going to be my best year. I am going to start in March. The Dainty Monsters. The Dainty Monsters. We are going to bring out encyclopedia this year. Everything is going on. For which work did Ondaatje receive the Golden Man Booker Prize? The plot centers around the lives of 4 dissimilar people brought together in an Italian villa. Of course, the English Patient. The English Patient. Slut paper है ना? Okay. Northeast slut है क्या यशोदा? Next batch I will start in March. Who wrote the poems Towards the Last Spike and The Truant? Did you know he is from Newfoundland? It is E.J. Pratt. E.J. Pratt. Who of the following received a Nobel Prize in Literature in 2013? Nobel Prize in Literature in 2013. Of course, Alice Monroe. Alice Monroe. Which of the following works is not by Rohinton Mistry? If everybody knows Such a Long Journey, Family Matters, Fine Balance, Into the Sunset किसी और ने लिखा है. Who is the author of the Man Booker Prize winning novel Life of Pi? सब लोग जानते हैं. Ian Martel. Ian Martel. Which of the following is a work by the noted Canadian author Miriam Toews? Did you know this, guys? All of these. A Complicated Kindness, All My Puny Sorrows, Women Talking by Miriam Toews. Will you read extra? Who wrote Salterton Trilogy, Deptford Trilogy, Cornish Trilogy? Robertson Davies. Robertson Davies. Join Unacademy, paper 1, paper 2 sub milega. Use this code my name for 10% discount. आज join करोगे तो मिलेगा. Who is the author of Stir Fry, where a young Irish woman discovers her sexuality? Do you know Stir Fry? Emma Donoghue. Now guys, are you up for some Canadian poetry? Canadian poet and writer Margaret Atwood is best known for her many books. Which among the following is her first collection of poetry that appeared in 1961? Which appeared in 1961. मेरे वीडियोस तो रहेंगे. मैं तो हूं ना यूट्यूब में. वीडियोस रहेंगे वहां. Double Persephone. It is Double Persephone. Name the new poetry book by Leonard Cohen, which was published in 2006. Did you know that it was dedicated to Irving Layton? We have dealt with this before in YouTube. Book of Longing. Book of Longing. Name the poet. He's a major Canadian poet from Newfoundland. मैंने तो बताया था अभी. Newfoundland background he wrote about. His work, They Are Returning, is based on Second World War. They Are Returning. Of course, it is E.J. Pratt, Newfoundland Bolina. Now, it is difficult to say where precisely or to say how large or small I am. The effect of water on light is a distortion. But if you look long enough, eventually you will be able to see me. These are the closing lines of which poem? Closing lines of a famous poem. This is a photograph of me by Margaret Atwood. To a sad daughter, cinnamon peeler, the time around scars, bear hug. All these are books by which writer? Which writer? Everybody would know. Cinnamon peeler, we always ask. Michael Ondaatje. Michael Ondaatje. The Montreal group, sometimes referred to as the McGill group or McGill movement, was a circle of Canadian modernist writers formed at the McGill University. Which of these poets does not belong to the group? F.R. Scott, Leo Kennedy, E.J. Pratt, Dorothy Livesey. It is Dorothy Livesey. Dorothy Livesey is not in that group. He was a Roman-born Jewish poet who fought against Puritanism throughout his life. Did you know that? Very famous poet and songwriter. He wrote songs. Tell it like it is style, he wrote in. Tell it like it is style. It is Irving Layton. Irving Layton. The British Canadian poet who is called the Bard of the Yukon. The Bard of the Yukon. He was called Canadian Kipling. Did you know that? Somebody subscribe to Unacademy now. If it is any one of you, thank you. I got the notification. Robert W. Service was called Canadian Kipling. Tish was a Canadian poetry newsletter founded by student poets at the University of British Columbia. Tish. At the University of British Columbia. Do you know? Where is University of British Columbia? I studied there. Bolo. Where is University of British Columbia? I studied there. तो बताओ. Downtown Poets, Tish Group, University of British Columbia. It is all in Vancouver. I lived in Vancouver in the place called Sasamat, doing my PhD. I traveled to Montreal, but I lived in Vancouver. Which is the poem by Robert W. Service? Remember Canadian Kipling? Story takes place during Yukon Gold Rush. There are 3 characters. The main character, his sweetheart, then a stranger. At the end, main character and stranger kill each other, all said during the Gold Rush. You can easily guess which is the poem. Which is the poem? It is the shooting of Dan McGrew. The shooting of Dan McGrew. Did you understand? So, we have come to the end of today's questions. And I have introduced a lot of new points. Please read extra. It is a wonderful day, beginning of a new year. I wish you all the best. See you tomorrow. Please do watch every day at 6 Videopedia, everybody. Share with your friends. Love you all. Keep studying. All the best. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.